Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Eat Sleep Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Dale. Joining me, as always, is Clayton, the Canadian sensation. I appreciate you, Clayton. Welcome to my podcast, where we're going to have a lot of fun, play a lot of games.
Thanks for having me, Dale. Appreciate it. I had to, put a lot of, I had to change a lot of things on just to take advantage of this opportunity you gave me. Thank you.
Guys, today we are going to talk. Let's see, what do we do? So we're doing a kind of different intro because I'm going to kind of tease what we did today. See, this is what the whole thing is about. So today we talked about some sleepers, not really sleepers, guys to pick in the last couple rounds. We talked like Philip Lindsay. Who else did we talk about? Jalen Rieger a little bit.
Jacoby Myers.
Yep. So we're going to
Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer. Is his name Josh Palmer? Isn't that an old quarterback?
Josh Palmer. Carson Palmer.
Yeah. So we talk about those guys. We play two new games. We play should I give them the names of the games? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We're gonna play Book It and Overlook It. A great new game that we made up. And we're gonna also play a new game called Shitty or Shifty, where Clayton tells us if the player is shitty or shifty. It's a fun one. You guys don't want to miss it. What else? I think that's it. We at the very end we talk about Bishop Sycamore. We don't really go into it. We will because we're going to do our 400th episode very soon. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Clayton, anything else you want to add before they listen to the episode?
That's it, buddy.
All right. Enjoy, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Eat, sleep, fantasy. You rocking with the best. NFL Fantasy Football Podcast. We talking mock drafts, running backs. Better follow the conversation.
All right, Clayton, let's go. There's really not much to go through today. By the way, this is a new intro kind of thing for us. So whatever you just heard a minute ago, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's cooler, but we don't know what we're doing. We're only 380 episodes in, and we still don't know what we're doing.
This is the way you do it, Dale. Every day is a new day for Dale. Every podcast is episode 1.
That's how you live life. Every day is a new day. So if it's one thing, should I start doing motivational stuff too? Because I could start like every day is a new day. You get out of bed and we're doing this weight loss challenge. It's not really a weight loss challenge. It's just to get healthy. And every day it's like I don't care. I ate McDonald's yesterday, but guess what? Today's a new day, and I'm a new man.
Did you eat a McNugget on air yesterday? No, you did not. I did.
I was tempted. Today because I am starving. I did not eat enough. I need to like pack a bunch of veggies for work.
That's my problem with work. I start work so early in the morning that by like 10 o'clock in the morning, my lunch is done, and I'm like, what do I do for the rest of the day?
Yep.
Can't go like the rest of the day till supper time.
You just carry a bag of baby carrots. That helps.
Yep.
It's just something to do. You eat them, and it's good. Anyways, we have a lot of stuff going on today, Clayton, because we are talking about, look, sleepers is one episode. We did that a couple episodes ago, but this is beyond sleepers. This is last two picks kind of guys, right? What do you want to call them here? I just say like there's a name for it.
Yeah, like just late round guys that you're basically when you're drafting those late round guys are guys with upside, right?
Now, beyond late round, I think this is like when
round 14 to 18?
Yeah, like
something like that.
Like last round, like there's nobody. You start to not really recognize people, and what happens is these are the rounds to win because when you're drafting with other people, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, I know." I don't know. Carson Wentz, let me pick him because that's the only name I recognize. That's not the time to do it. Now's the time, in those last couple rounds, is the time to say, I'm going to get these guys that you haven't heard of. I'm going to get a Jalen Rieger or Stevenson or whoever. So we're going to talk about those guys a little bit. We're going to give you 100 guys today. Clayton has a list of 100 players to get in the last two rounds.
100.
I told you to do some research. I figured you did a good job.
I'm fixing my lighting here. I don't like it.
It's okay.
Is that okay? That better?
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
All right, Clayton, start with number 100, and then we'll go down all the way to 1.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be counting any guys down here. I'm going to tell you the most important guys, the guys that you're going to want on your team, and which is beyond me. After I just started doing my my 3 minutes of research that you gave me today,
to
research, found a lot of guys that actually are going almost undrafted.
Yeah.
Which is beyond me.
Mhm.
What if I told you, Dale, that you could go out and most likely get, and there's a couple leagues that I'm in that he's not drafted, in which I went and scooped him up after. If I could tell you right now, you could get a receiver in one of those bottom rounds that, number one, had the 7th most target share last year on his team.
What?
Production wasn't there. Target share, like target percentage, right?
Yeah.
Got 7 more target in the league, I'm saying. He's a receiver. On his team, production wasn't there because the team was shit. Quarterback was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Goes into a team rookie QB.
Oh, okay.
And he's still out there.
Oh,
and with the potential of an 1,000-yard season.
I really want to hear who you're going to say. Who is it?
My man, Jacoby Myers.
What?
He is being drafted right now.
Yeah.
He is.
I need
27% target share last year.
Yes.
With Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm clapping for
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And now Cam Newton's gone. Now you're bringing in the beautiful Mac Jones, who loves Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is going to be, well, it's either the wide receiver 1 or 2 on this team behind Aguilar or ahead of Aguilar. And now you're going to go and get this guy in the late rounds. This is a league. These guys are league winner guys.
Winners.
I'm telling you right now, Jacoby Myers is going to be a 1,000-yard receiver this year. What? And you can fuck it.
I love it. I love it. Okay. You got it. Jacoby Myers, book it. That's, Jalen, Jacoby Myers also, like you said, huge target share, a ton of targets last year, really pretty unproductive just based off Cam Newton, right? I mean,
well, you talked about Cam Newton's stats last year,
yeah.
And they were ridiculous. And yeah. I mean, to go into an offense now, you're changing quarterbacks to the point where you're going into I think this is going to be a very pass-heavy offense this year because you got Jones there. Do I think Jones is going to be a top 12 quarterback? No. Do I think he could be productive? Absolutely. I understand preseason's preseason, but this kid showed up during preseason. I don't think that Belichick would have handed the reins to him if he didn't think that he is able to make that jump to the big leagues, right?
Yep.
That's why I think Jacoby Myers is going to be one of those players this year that are going to could technically finish as a solid wide receiver too.
Yeah. Speaking of Belichick, did you see what Asante Samuel said about Belichick today?
No, I didn't.
He basically said hey, Belichick wasn't that great. Like basically pump your brakes. Without Tom Brady, he maybe would have gotten 1 Super Bowl. Is what he said today. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah.
Well, see, and I was one of those guys that said when Brady went to Tampa last year, I said I was the one that said, you know what? Now we're really going to see, is it Belichick that was Brady good because of Belichick, or was it the other way around? I lost money because I believed in good old Bill. Yeah. And look what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a pretty interesting take. And especially because, he was on the team, with Brady and stuff. And he was like, Belichick was good, but Tom Brady carried him. There would be no way he could do what he did without Tom Brady. So that was interesting. Anyways, Jacoby Myers, definitely. Let's see. I'll tell you right now, he is going. Do you have Jacoby?
I got it right here. Like if we're going to talk about consensus on Fantasy Pros right now, he's going as the 181st player drafted.
Jacoby Myers. Yep. Right? 181st.
Yeah.
Guys that are going before him or around his ADP, Marlon Mack. Okay, here, let's play a game here. Okay.
Let's do it.
We're going to play book it or overlook it. I just made that up, actually. I wrote it down right when you said, I like it. So, all right, so we're going to play book it or overlook it. I'm going to give you the names, and you tell me if you'd rather basically have Jacoby Myers or the name I tell you.
Okay.
If you'd rather have Jacoby Myers, you're going to say overlook until I get to somewhere that's better than Jacoby Myers.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I got it.
All right. Giovanni Bernard.
Overlook.
Okay. Marlon Mack.
Overlook.
Let's do Xavier Jones.
Overlook.
Yeah, of course. AJ Green.
Overlook.
Mark Ingram.
Overlook.
Rashad Penny.
Overlook.
Okay. Let's do Russell Gage. This is where it gets interesting.
Ooh.
Russell Gage.
Slightly overlook.
Oh, okay. So I'll go higher. Let's do. I'm going up. Philip Lindsay.
I would leave it right around the Russell Gage area. So book it.
Book it.
Would you book it at Russell Gage? Is that how you would say it?
I'd say book it at Russell Gage. I would take Russell Gage over him, but that's about where it stops.
It's that's a very, very tempting. I mean, I look at how Russell Gage is at the same time. He's more highly rostered, and but I do like him around that range for sure.
Yep. Okay, so I think we just came up with a Hall of Fame game here.
I like it.
Look, the best ideas come on the fly. I've always said that because we don't really think too deep into stuff. This book it, overlook it. This might be a staple for ESF. So we're gonna keep playing it. All right. Who else do you have there, Clayton? And I could jump in with a couple guys I have in my mind, but I want to hear your stuff. So number 99, who you got?
Number 99, going back to another receiver, sophomore now, Michael Pittman.
Oh, I like it. Man, you're coming up with some good stuff here. Okay.
Yeah. Doing a little bit more research on here. Going now to, you got a new quarterback who loves using the middle of the field. That's where most of his production came from in Philly with Carson Wentz. And now with Pittman, it was almost like 50, I think it was 60% of his passes were caught on crossing routes last year.
Wow. I didn't know.
So if you got a quarterback that loves throwing in the middle of the field, you got a guy that loves catching in the middle of the field, what are you going to do? Yep. Right?
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, the only thing we really have to worry about, T.Y. Hilton is basically out of the picture now. So we're looking at Pittman and Paris Campbell, and Paris Campbell can't stay healthy.
No.
The ceiling is with Michael Pittman. I agree with you.
Yep. And I mean, being 6'4", could be a nice red zone target for Wentz as well. So.
All right. So let's play book it or overlook it here.
All right.
Henry Ruggs.
Overlook.
All right. McCole Hardman.
Overlook.
All right. Michael Gallup.
Overlook.
This is going to be a tough one for you because I know you really like this guy. Jamal Williams.
Book it.
Okay. We're going to book it right there. What? Okay. Jalen Waddle. I'm going down a little bit.
Ooh.
Pittman or Waddle?
I'll book it at Waddle.
Okay. Book it. I like it. All right. So you guys know where to expect him. Somewhere he's going 112th overall, most ADPs, around the 45th wide receiver taken. Is that right? Yeah. So he's going to be your last wide receiver, right? For sure. So, but hey, a lot of upside. If you didn't go heavy on wide receivers, if you went, say, 2-star wide receivers in the first and second round, you can cool off on wide receivers. And then when you're trying to catch up in later rounds for some depth, Michael Pittman, along with a couple of the other guys that we just talked about, Myers and Gage, are guys you can get super late. So I like it. All right. Who else you got? 98 on the list. Number 98.
Let's go with Philip Lindsay. You kind of been beating a drum on him all year.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, since went to my lovely Houston Texans football team. That's just in shambles, but whatever. It's all good. Basically crowded backfield. We heard about this already. You got Lindsay, you got David Johnson, you got Mark Ingram.
Let me tell you something about Mark Ingram.
Sure, tell me.
He sucks. And if you're drafting him, you deserve to lose. Mark Ingram is not even on the realm of being productive. You're going to draft somebody who has really very, very limited upside. I get it. He has that floor, right, of maybe 3 or 4 points a game. Mm-hmm. And if that's what you're drafting, that's fine, but that's not going to win you anything. You're much better getting somebody with a floor of 0 with the upside of 10 or 12 than getting crappy old Mark Ingram.
Well, yeah, and I'm not going to name any other podcasts. I'm not going to call anybody out, but I was listening to a specific one yesterday, and it came up that they said Mark Ingram could be a league winner, and their reasoning behind it is didn't play much last year, fresh legs. Sorry, man, but you know what? This guy's He's shit. He's shit. Just like you said, he's terrible. You get a guy like Philip Lindsay, 1,000-yard rusher, can catch the ball out of the backfield. You got David Johnson, can't stay healthy. Shitty Mark Ingram. Give me Philip Lindsay coming off the board at 160?
149.
Which is insane to me. But give me him in every league, and I will be more than happy to hold the trophy up, say, Philip Lindsay won me this damn thing, and book it, Dale.
Book it. There you go. Look, I'm not betting on Philip Lindsay at all, but at 149th overall pick, you're not losing anything, okay? Let's play book it or overlook it, Clayton. You ready?
Let's do it. Where are we going? Where are you starting with?
Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, you bring up the Canadian kid right off the hop.
Is that book it right there?
Yeah, book it.
Okay.
No, it's not. Overlook it. Let's go. Come on, overlook it.
Okay. Let's see. We got Nahim Hines.
I'd book it right there. I would draft him in the same kind of caliber.
Yeah.
They're the same player right there.
Yeah, I try to trick you a little bit because they're all right next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely guys like over Mark Ingram. I don't know. I'm just going down the list here. There's not a lot of people after that, really. I mean, we're talking about bottom of the barrel stuff. Randall Cobb, stuff like that. James White. I
just don't know how you can just forget about a guy like. I think it's because of the shitty offense that he's going to be in. Is that the only reason? Like, this guy was productive 2 years in a row in the NFL.
Yeah.
Switches teams, and all of a sudden he's just a bum.
Yeah.
So
look, he has a lot of competition, like you said. Shitty old Mark Ingram and David Johnson, who is blah, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would take a risk on Philip Lindsay. Is David Johnson how far up is David Johnson going from him? Philip Lindsay is 159. David Johnson is.
Are you looking that up?
106. So David Johnson's going 50 picks before Philip Lindsay. 110%. I'm taking Philip Lindsay. 4 rounds after?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's where the smart money is. Book it. All right. Who you got next? Number 97 on the list.
Let's go with another receiver. I don't know. I love receivers this late. That's all I really
me too. It's hard. I know. Yeah. There's so many good ones.
Just let me find my notes here again. Sorry, buddy.
So while you're looking, I'll tell you right now, the last draft I did, I went really heavy on running backs early. And so it was exactly what I just said. So I had to go a little deeper on the wide receivers late. I ended up with Marquez Callaway, Russell Gage, Daryl Mooney, like all these wide receivers late. I got Laviska Shenault, not as late, but I still got him. So I had all these wide receivers. Like, it's so easy to pick these wide receivers. One of them's going to hit. If you're digging deep into wide receivers and you have 2 or 3 of these deep guys, one of them's going to hit. I'm really certain of that. So who do you have? Number 97. Yeah, 97.
3rd round pick last year for the Chargers, Josh Palmer.
Ooh, okay. Tell me more about him because I don't know anything.
Well, he is a Canadian. Did you know that?
Oh, that's why. Jesus.
No, it has nothing to do with
239th overall.
Yeah, it's basically undrafted. Right, just undrafted. Yes. But look at this kid. There was talk coming into the draft that he was going to be kind of taking over that Mike Williams role once Mike Williams is gone next year. Mm-hmm. Came in this year, stood out in preseason, was targeted, I think it was 5 times last game.
Caught 3 balls out of 5 targets for 26 yards.
And it was enough that they were saying that he was going to be, fighting for that number 3 spot with Tyron Johnson, and they had cut him. So now you're looking at the 3rd receiver with Justin Herbert throwing him the ball, and on a team that runs 3 wide receiver sets 70% of the time when they're passing. So there's going to be production. There's going to be production coming from Palmer. And I like the fact that Herbert's going to sling the ball all over the field. I'm not saying he's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver. I'm just saying if you want a guy and you're going to get a guy that's pretty much undrafted, you're going to go get him right now on the waiver wire. Mm-hmm. If you have a spot right now, go and get him, because I guarantee by probably week 3 or 4, you're going to be contemplating getting him in your lineup at some way, either Either as wide receiver 3 or whatever, or a flex. Definitely a flex, so in my opinion, in PPR league. So.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so Josh Palmer. Let's play book it or overlook it.
Okay.
I got Elijah Mitchell, the San Francisco 49er running back.
Overlook it.
Cole Kmet, Bears, tight end.
Book it right there.
Okay. Nico Collins.
Book it.
Cordell Patterson.
Overlook it.
Nice. Benny Snell Jr.
Overlook.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So I see where you're at. Tariq Cohen.
Overlook.
Wow. Okay. So
Mostly
really
because he's hurt right now. He's on a pup.
All right. Good deal. All right. Who else do you have?
Jeez, you're just giving it to me.
Number 96.
How about Traquan Smith, New Orleans?
Like it.
He's being thrown in there right now. His ADPs is sitting at like almost 200?
226.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
226 is 78th wide receiver overall.
Well, and you're going into no Michael Thomas.
Yep.
You got him, Marquez Callaway, Adam Troutman if he's healthy in the pass game. You got Kamara back there, and now you got good old Jameis Winston slinging the ball all over the field.
Oh, he will be throwing it like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The only thing I could say about this was with the whole Jameis Winston Taysom Hill thing. Last year with Hill throwing the ball, Traquan Smith didn't really have the greatest year. But we did see when Jameis Winston was in there, his big touchdown pass was to Traquan Smith. He's got a good rapport with him already.
The thing with Traquan Smith is he's so valuable down the field, and when you have Drew Brees and his old noodle arm, you couldn't throw it that far. So now we have Jameis Winston who can launch at 70 yards. I think Traquan Smith does get his value back. I'm still betting on Callaway though.
Oh, no doubt about that. I think Callaway is the guy there, but there's going to be more than one receiver on that team that's going to produce this year, and he's definitely going to outproduce his ADP. And if you can get Traquan Smith as your wide receiver 4 on a team that most likely he may see 8 to 10 targets a game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all over that.
And he's almost guaranteed at least a shot at a long touchdown.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're going to take a shot towards him. Not necessarily guaranteed, but he's going to have an opportunity to score a 60-yard touchdown basically every game.
Exactly. Yep.
So, all right, cool. Book it or overlook it.
Oh, let's go.
What?
Let's go. No,
you're going to say something about me.
I forgot about that game already.
Okay. All right. Book it or overlook it. See, that's why I'm here. Carlos Hyde.
Overlook.
Wow. Todd Gurley.
Overlook.
Jerick McKinnon.
Ooh. Overlook.
Yeah. Kadarius Toney, rookie wide receiver.
Overlook.
Okay. So we know where that's at.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more valuable.
Okay. Cool. What about, I'm going to give you another one. One last one. Jamison Crowder. The last pick. Jamison Crowder and
Book it.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. You take Jamison Crowder over
I would take Crowder, yeah.
Really?
I just think he's still going to get his with like what he did last year, even with shitty Sam Darnold, who I believe is going to be amazing this year, by the way.
Going to be better, yeah.
This Zach Wilson, I just think is going to hit him a lot out of slot.
Okay. Hit him a lot in the slot.
Hit him a lot.
That's my motto. That's my motto. All right. Cool. All right. Number 95. Who you got?
You give me a guy.
Okay. I'll give you a guy.
Don't make me do all the homework and then run the show like you're oh yeah, and then you just go on other people's podcasts and talk about how it's all me, Mr. Dale.
You didn't listen to the whole thing. I was talking about you a lot towards the end. By the way, we are going to put out an episode on Saturday. I went on the In Between podcast yesterday, and it was really good. It was a lot of fun. We had some nuggets. We kind of talked a little bit about the same kind of stuff that we're talking about today. But I think there was a lot of nuggets, so I asked them if I could post it on our feed just so you guys get them a little bit of exposure, because I think it's a pretty decent podcast, pretty good podcast.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed
the guys, they're cool guys.
Yeah.
And then so we're going to put it on Saturday, and you guys can take the nuggets from it as well. All right. How about this? I got. We talked about Russell Gage a lot already this offseason, right? We're not going to go through that. Yeah. See, I wasn't supposed to be doing this. Daryl Mooney going 53rd wide receiver overall. So in a 12-team league, you're looking at, he's going to be most people's 4th or 5th wide receiver, which is cool. I think you're getting a lot of production out of Daryl Mooney. Daryl Mooney, by the way.
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said Darnell, or what is that what you said?
Did I say Daryl? Oh, I said Daryl.
Yeah, you said Daryl Mooney.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for correcting me. Making me look like an idiot on my podcast.
Yeah, on your podcast, Dale.
Yeah. Look, Jalen Reagor is one guy that I've been talking about a lot. I talked about it on the podcast that I was guesting on last night. And I said it there. I think Jalen Reagor is going to be one of those guys like we heard a lot about in the preseason, and not enough people are taking chances on him, and it's going to come back and bite him. Like everybody, 6 weeks in, people are like, "Damn it, there was so much talk. Why didn't I get him? He's a last pick. Why did I get him instead of Marvin Jones?" It's like, yeah, whatever. You should have listened to us. So guys like Reagor for sure, stretch, fast guy, young. Has a good rapport with Jalen Hurts. I think that this is a duo that's going to lift Jalen Hurts above being like an average quarterback.
Well, and you got him on the other side now from Devonta Smith, right? So he's not going to. They're going to pull more of that defensive coverage over to Devonta Smith, which is going to leave Reagor, one-on-one with most guys. And I just think he can. He's quick. He's shifty. I think he's going to be one of those guys that, can get away and get you some production.
Yep. Oh, that reminds me. I got to do another game here. While I'm writing it down. All right. The next game we play is going to be shifty or shitty. I give you players, and you tell me if they're shifty or shitty.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm kind of helping out with this too, right? I said a word, and now you came up with the game.
Yes, that's what it's about. Yeah.
I do it all for Dale's podcast.
I said my podcast. I was aware that I said my podcast, by the way. I was fully aware, and it was part of the joke. And anyways, Philip Lindsay, shifty or shitty?
Shifty.
Jameis Winston, shitty or shifty?
Shifty.
Russell Gage.
Shifty.
T.Y. Hilton.
Shitty.
Hunter Henry.
Shitty.
Elijah Moore.
Shifty.
Rashad Penny.
Big pile of shitty.
Mark Ingram.
Shitty.
Will Fuller.
Shitty.
This game is doing absolutely nothing for fantasy
so
players.
Explain what the whole shifty and shitty means.
I just made it up. I don't know. I mean, if they're shitty, they're shitty. Don't draft them. They suck. Yeah. And if they're shifty, they're good.
That's about right.
I feel like if we had nicknames, we would be, Eat Sleep Fantasy hosted by Shitty and Shifty.
I'm definitely the shifty one.
I'd be a shitty one, I was going to say. Anyways, those are good nicknames. Okay, so Dale is shitty and Clayton is shifty. Got it. Okay. Hey, Riley, when you're putting this on YouTube, can you put Clayton's name over there? Put it as shifty, and you can put me as shitty.
In brackets, just be like...
Yeah.
Perfect.
If those nicknames stick and then we blow up, I would love to be on like ESPN and they're like, they have to say my nickname. Anyways, all right. Let's see who else you got?
Who?
Stevenson.
Ramondre?
Yes. Ramondre.
What are you asking me? Is he?
He's good. He's a last round guy too.
Oh, I think he's going to still take some. He's going to steal some touches from Harris. I know everybody's talking.
Don't overreact.
No, I'm not overreacting, but a lot of people are trying to put Harris up in the top 15 running backs now because of the whole Cam Newton thing. To me, I don't see it that way. I did bump him up. I think I have him as running back 22, so I did move him up a bit.
Yeah, I moved him up a couple of spots, but yeah, not enough.
I think if anything, I think it's going to be guys like I think Stevenson's going to spell Harris. Most times I still think he gets a handful of touches every game. I think the biggest beneficiary is going to be a guy like James White again.
Yeah,
catching balls out of the backfield. So I think you talk about a guy that's. I mean, I don't know where James White's ADP is sitting at right now, but it's got to be low. It's got to be pretty low as well.
I'll tell you right now because I just saw him. James White, 58th running back off the board, 193 overall.
He's going to blow up that ADP.
Yeah. Him, James White, or Kenneth Gainwell?
James White.
Kenneth Gainwell has been
he's starting to get some traction too.
Yeah, he's starting to get some buzz. For those like me who don't like Miles Sanders at all, I will not draft Miles Sanders.
That look for any excuse to not draft him, that's Dale.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Kenneth Gainwell like super late. I think when you're looking for those last round running backs, let's just talk running backs for a second. Kenneth Gainwell, Stevenson, James White. I think J.D. McKissick as a last round guy, he has upside there. I know it's Antonio Gibson's thing, but I think J.D. McKissick, if something happens, J.D. McKissick can for sure take a role.
It's not even depending on your league too. I mean, in PPR, I think those guys are much more valuable. Mm-hmm. I mean, they catch balls out of the backfield. I think if anything, I think both White and McKissick, I think they're solid in PPR. I think they're decent flex options if you need one.
Because if you guys didn't know this, I think we talked about this last podcast or 2 podcasts ago, maybe. J.D. McKissick led the league. Oh yeah, this was on the Friday Night Lights. That J.D. McKissick actually led the league in targets for running backs. So I understand, Antonio Gibson is a man there. I'm not saying he's not, but he has a role somewhere.
Yeah, he did. Well, he proved it last year, so I can't see them going away too much from that this year. The Athletic reported that J.D. McKissick gained weight in the offseason. He was bulking up because he didn't want to be thought of as a pass catcher only. Yeah, I did read the same thing. I also read today as well. Your boy Melvin Gordon is going to be sticking with. It's not like there was talk about possibly being traded or something, but I think they're waiving Royce Freeman.
Yes.
So it's basically going to be Melvin Gordon, Jamonte Williams. Yep. So,
man, I do like Melvin Gordon though.
I did take a few flyers on Royce Freeman though in a few leagues that I do have him in just for the sake of just to see if somebody does land him and see if he can do anything. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys that I've kind of don't want to give up on. Just think he was just put in a shitty situation, right?
Yep.
I mean, you lose your job to Philip Lindsay right off the bat. As soon as Philip Lindsay, undrafted guy, comes in, and then all of a sudden, they go and get Melvin Gordon, and then they go draft another running back. Just kind of falling out of favor, right? So,
Damian Harris or Jamonte Williams?
I'll go Harris.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I was really surprised. Again, I'm going to go out of a league that I drafted, but I think that's kind of the best experience. We're telling people, where people are going in real life, so you can get ready for your drafts this weekend. I'm really surprised to see Williams going so soon in a lot of drafts I've been in. In a lot of money leagues, I think people are betting on youth a little bit, but man, Melvin Gordon at least is going to be super heavily involved in the first 4 to 5 weeks, I bet. And I wouldn't be surprised if he holds out Javonte Williams throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, until these rookies can get get some actual NFL games under their belt, get a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, guys like that, veteran guys like that are going to be the ones that are going to be more involved. But when it comes to, I don't know, if one injury can cost you your career on a team, pretty much, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Melvin Gordon gets
rookie,
injured. Yeah, if Melvin Gordon gets injured early or something like that, or misses any time, I think Williams steps in and just takes the job full time. That's what you got to watch out for with guys like Melvin Gordon when they did draft a guy like Williams as high as they did, right?
Right. Cool. All right. Well, we only got through 5 of your sleepers, so we have 95 to go. We'll put this out in another podcast. Number 1 through 95 or 1 through 94 will be the next podcast. Anyways, I think that's about it, man. I think we're doing it short and sweet. You get in your car, you drive to work, bam, this podcast is over. You're happy. The one time we did a long podcast, we were like, oh, it's too long. And then we do a short one. They're like, well, you're only doing 15 minutes. I was like, we can't win. So maybe 30, 35 minutes is the way to go.
That's the way I've always said that. I've always said like a 40 to 45 minute is a perfect length, I think.
Yeah, but you know what's really good? When you're on a road trip and you have a 2.5 hour Joe Rogan podcast, that will make time go by so fast. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I think we can go for 2 hours and people will still love us.
Yeah, I just don't think people listen all the way, though.
Maybe.
That's why I say if we're going to do 2-hour podcast, break it down to 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think people will actually take more out of it.
Our 400th episode is going to be 2 hours long. 2 hour live show.
And we're probably not going to talk any football.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. But it's going to be something. I'm getting together a lot of fun stuff for us. We're going to play games. We're going to read some fun news. I really want to talk about Bishop Sycamore. We didn't really get into that.
Fuck, that is, I love it. That's wild. That is one of the wildest things I've ever read.
It's almost too good to be true. Like, you see it like in a stupid movie. Like, there's no way. And then like when the first news came out, I was like, because they said, oh, it played on ESPN. I'm like, did it really? Like, I don't remember seeing anything. Like, I don't watch ESPN a lot anyways, but I was like, maybe they're just saying that they played on ESPN. They didn't, but no.
The craziest thing too is the guy comes out yesterday and says, "Oh, we released the coach because he had like an arrest warrant or something like that." I'm like, "What? Like, your fucking school don't exist, man? What do you mean you're just hiring people that don't? You're not even." I don't know. It was wild. It was crazy. I've been kind of following it a little bit. It's
a good story. So I want to get all my facts straight, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. For those, we're going to do like a 30 for 30. Bishop Sycamore.
Can I tell you a quick funny story too?
What?
I mean, this is a football podcast, so we're talking football. Okay. Unfortunately, it's on this side of the border. So a guy on our team who's been
what team is this for the Canadian stuff?
Yeah, the Edmonton Elks, which is our football team.
Cool name.
They just released one of their top players because they proved that they just had a COVID outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went back to see how many people were vaccinated. So they were all supposed to be, they all said they were vaccinated. This one guy says, yeah, I'm vaccinated. Highly drafted guy too. He had a fake card. He showed him a fake card.
Oh shit.
Basically cut him. And then the commissioner just came out today and basically told every team that they're to avoid this guy completely 100%. You are not to have this guy.
Because there's something unlawful. I mean, they're like, he can get arrested. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're one of the ones, I'm not going to tote either side of political or whatever, but if you're one of the ones that like are vaccinated and are taking a lot of precautions and you are guaranteed safety and the team failed to check if that was a fake card or not, like I would be suing the team. Well, I'd say fuck the Canadian Football League.
Yeah,
I'm suing
we're
everybody.
3 games in, and we were the only team that already had to post. We had 14 players test positive.
Holy crap! All because of him, probably.
Oh yeah, probably. So yeah, basically, CFL directs clubs to avoid Ruby. Teams have reportedly banned from signing him after a COVID protocol breach.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right, Clayton. Well, it was fun.
That was awesome. What did we talk about today, Dale?
Well, hold on. Okay, Clayton. First, we end the episode, and then we do the funny, cool intro. So,
Gotcha.
Clayton, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me on my podcast. EatSleepFantasy.com is a
fantasy / Dale's podcast. Thanks for having me, Dale. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Clayton. Clayton, you can find him Canadian Clay FF on Twitter. You can go to our private Facebook group. Don't forget, join us on Fantrax for the Best Ball League. That's a lot of fun. Where it's almost filling up. It's going to fill up, I think. We have a couple more days. So the deadline is September 5th. So make sure you do it. All right, Clayton. I'll talk to you later, man.
Later, buddy. Love you.
Love you.
Dream and eat nation, we doing what we like. Tune in every week, guarantee we get it hype. Fantasy, football enthusiasts, I know you plan to be joining us on Eat Sleep Fantasy.